Hi, this is Rebecca, and I'm here to share with you my online facilitation plan. I chose to do the professional development plan for teachers, so I designed an 8-week course that is supposed to help K through 12 teachers implement Web 2.0 tools and other technologies into instruction. So I decided to focus on helping teachers understand some of the reasons for including technology into their lessons, as well as the two different most important theories of technology integration. So TPAC and SAM-R are the two that I chose to focus on. And then having them explore some different kinds of Web 2.0 tools, and then eventually create their own lesson plan involving different kinds of technology. So some highlights of the lesson. I started out with week 1 being, having them explore why technology, why is it important to use it? Why is it important to have it? How is it going to help their students in the classroom? Just to give them a little bit of background about some of the reasons why technology is so important. And so if you have teachers who are reluctant about integrating technology, some of these articles and videos might help give them a little bit more reason as to why it should be done. So after that, I got into the two main theories, which are TPAC and SAM-R, and so the students do some exploration with both of those, and then they participate in discussion board responses about both of those theories. And then for week 3, I actually found this wiki. I believe it's from a different education program at another university, but it's a TPAC wiki, and if you click on it, it has all kinds of different lesson plans analyzed against TPAC for all kinds of different grade levels and subject areas. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I asked them to go in and pick a lesson and then sort of evaluate it against TPAC and SAM-R, and then they will submit, their evaluation, and they'll discuss it with a small group of students in their particular group online. And then another part that I really like is the reflection and goal setting. So now that they've learned a little bit about SAM-R and TPAC and some of the reasons why technology is important, I asked them to develop a reflection that talks about what their own personal experiences are with technology, where they think they fall in terms of the SAM-R scale. And then I asked them to develop 2 goals that they would like to try to achieve by the end of the course in relation to technology integration. So those could be things like specific things they want to try to do when writing their lesson plan, or specific tools they want to learn more about so that they can use them in their classes. So after that, we did they do some research into Web 2.0 tools, and they have a discussion. And then this is probably my favorite part of the whole thing is I asked them to create a screencast for one specific Web 2.0 tool, kind of like a tutorial. And I thought that might be nice to for their classmates to view, so they could see that tool through a teacher's eyes and how to use it. And I also asked them to, when they're doing their screencasts, to identify where it could fall in the SAM-R scale if you do different things, and then how it could be used as a part of TPAC. So that kind of will help teachers determine, which tools are going to be the best for whatever activities it is that they plan to do in their classroom. And so after they do that, they do a little bit of evaluation. They review each other's screencasts and talk about what they liked and what would be more helpful, and they can ask questions of the people who reviewed a specific tool and get some more feedback or some more information about how it works. And then after that, I asked them to look at a couple more resources just to get another feel for, besides considering TPAC and SAM-R and the tools, what other things do you have to be prepared for when you're integrating technology? So things in terms of access by your students, if you're asking them to use things at home, or how do you address issues if the technology doesn't work when you want it to. So considering those kinds of things and having backup plans. And then really the last thing that they do is they have to create their own lesson plan with all of the related materials. And incorporate Web 2.0 tools in there, and then they have to talk about where they think their integration falls on the SAMR ladder, and identify the TPAC. So what's the technology that they're using, the pedagogy, the content knowledge, all of that together, and how do they support each other. So they'll do a peer review of each other's lessons, and then they will submit their lessons to the submission folder, and then that is pretty much the end of the course. So the last piece is just a sharing of, it's a synchronous session where they will share their lesson plans, talk about what they did, reflect on their achievement of their goals, and then identify some possible goals that they would have for future technology integration in the classroom. And then they'll do their final course evaluation via SurveyMonkey. So I also just added some additional web resources that I found, a couple of different tools that I might use. For the most part, I used VoiceThread a lot, Google Docs, Glyphy, Screencast-O-Matic, and then the LMS system of Blackboard, because that's the one I'm most familiar with. And so those were kind of the basic things. There are a lot of different web resources, so both text and video, as well as some other things like infographics and Prezi that someone had created about, I believe it's the implementation of SAMR, so I thought that was pretty neat. And then for my overall session directions, I did the session 3 where they have to analyze a lesson and apply TPAC and SAMR to that lesson. So I just went over that, and that's a screenshot of the TPAC wiki and the different content areas over here to the left. And then their collaboration where they evaluate each other's evaluation, and their reflection and goal setting for the course. And so I did the assignment description of the reflection and goals, and then the grading rubric. And so that's it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks.